What up? What up? Podcast party. People, I'm out of breath sounding here. What the heck's going on? Backstage, kicking it. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Hanging out. Matt Alston in the house, but not joining. All right. Maybe later. All right. Hanging out after the show, drinking a glass of wine. Yeah, feeling good. I'm actually feeling really good. I'm doing great here. And now I'm excited. I'm so excited. I've got Corey from Trivium. Corey came to the Orlando show last night and hung till the bitter end. I mean, just hung out all the way. He's a fucking rager. Great guy. Amazing guitar player. Matt Heafy is an amazing guitar player. Corey B is a fucking rager. It's okay, Luke. It's okay. Whatever. Don't worry about it. He's a rager guitar player and a rager in general. He is a fucking rager. That motherfucker pounding the cocktails, drinking Gatorade and Grey Goose all night. It was a fun hang. It was great. And then Jonzo from Bad Wolves and Jonzo and Doc decided to call us when we were hanging backstage. FaceTime. It's 7 a.m. for them and they're fucking hammered. It was awesome. And they're like, is that fucking Corey from Trivium? It was awesome. It was great. We had a good little conversation. Then talked to Mark. We FaceTime with Mark Lewis, Jonzo. I don't actually know what John Bachlan. I was going to say, I don't know what his real name is, but I know what his real name is. It's John Bachlan. But we call him Jonzo because when he was touring with us, when he was in Devil Driver, that motherfucker had long hair and a big ass beard and he looked like fucking John Bonham and he played like him too. He's a great drummer. Solid dude. Love those guys. The Bad Wolves guys are crushing it. And we got to hang with them. So it was like a Trivium, Bad Wolves, Devil Driver, God forbid, reunion at the Machine Head show last night after the show. Kind of fun. Anyway, No Fucking Regrets is brought to you by Nuclear Blast Records, the premier metal label in all of the universe, the mightiest of the mighty metal labels. It is also brought to you by Gas Digital. They are the ones who are allowing this podcast to come and give you eargasms. They're licking your ear holes till they give you eargasms. It's because of Gas Digital. That's why. This is also brought to you by Infinite CBD. Infinite CBD knows how stressful seeing family can be. Maybe you got to travel to see them. You got to buy gifts, or maybe you don't even have a family and you're extra sad. Well, Infinite CBD wants to help everyone enjoy visiting the family, which is why from now until I think summer, they are offering 30% off. That's right. If you use my code Hardcore15, you're going to get 30% off. This is the sale. It's probably not the sale of the year. They're probably just talking this up a little bit, but need to sleep on a plane? PM pills or gummies. Be awake while listening to your grandfather's story for the 50th time? Dude, CBD AM pills. You're in your girlfriend's parents' house and you're nervous about having sex. CBD lube. I don't know why lube would help other than, I don't know why that would make you less nervous. Oh, because you might get a little high off of it. I don't know. Or you ate too much and want to run off the stuffing, but your knees hurt. Freezing Point topical cream. Think about what your relatives are always complaining about. Get them something that helps them too. Whoever yells the most, get them some gummies. Whoever really likes to drink, Infinite CBD Recovery. And don't buy CBD anywhere else. Infinite CBD offers the cleanest, healthiest, and purest CBD on the market. Once more, click the link. Hardcore 15 is the code to enter, and that's what you will get. Anyway, right now we are going to go to the backstage interview with Corey Beaulieu. I think I'm saying this right. Corey Beaulieu from Trivium. It was a fun night. It was good. Jared was hanging. They were talking about how they first met because Sanctity ended up getting signed partially because of Trivium. It was a fun hang with that guy, and I hadn't hung with them for a while, so it was a good catching up. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. No fucking regretters. This is Corey B from Trivium. What's up?
What's up?
I'm just hanging out.
We got fucking Corey from Trivium.
What's up, Corey?
Yeah.
And we got Jared. First podcast appearance.
Here we go.
Oh,
I like it.
special.
I know. You should
Double
feel
dip?
special.
Yeah.
You should. You guys go way back.
Yes.
You guys go back. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is my memory of, and I could be wrong, but I recall like Trivium had some role in Sanctity getting signed.
Yes, very true.
Yes.
I mean,
It was actually, what was that, South Carolina?
Yeah.
We did the show with Fear Factory.
was it Road Rage?
No, it was actually before that.
Okay, it was.
We
before
did like
the Road
a.
Rage. Okay.
Closer to the mic, Jared.
We had been fans for a while. Like Ember to Inferno had come out, and we were like, "Fuck, dude."
It was
this Road
before
Rage's fucking
Ascendancy.
shredding.
We hadn't even recorded Ascendancy.
Oh,
And-
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And after we got signed to Roadrunner, we did our first tour was with God Forbid. We did like a 2-week run on that, and then we did another run, and it was opening for Fear Factory and the Archetype tour.
Okay.
And we did a show in South Carolina.
Ground Zero. Shout out to
there,
Mick.
yeah, there
Jared,
you go.
can you move those socks away from Corey? Sorry about that.
Someone's dirty
I
socks.
just realized that my gig socks are there in front of the microphone. Sorry about that.
But we actually, we were like a new band. We hadn't fucking, recorded Ascendancy for Roadrunner yet, but they were, putting us out on tour to get like, some
buzz,
get some experience playing shows and stuff. And we played this show, and Sanctity was playing the same venue. They had like another side room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And,
you weren't on the bill.
Well, it was on the bill, but like they also had local bands playing.
Okay.
But oddly enough, the way it was arranged, they were like alternating. So we actually ended up playing after you guys, but in the other room that was like downstairs. A small
And
stage.
somehow we something happened where like
I came up and asked Corey or
like, hey, can you come
Matt.
check out our
Yeah,
set or something?
yeah,
and
it
Matt
was
and
like-
I actually went
yeah.
and saw you guys play,
Yeah.
and we were like,
Oh, wow.
oh man, they're a really cool band. You guys gave us like a
like a couple,
like a demo
bunch of demos or whatever
CD
we had
and stuff,
then,
and then we
yeah.
gave that to Monty from Roadrunner.
Yes.
And then-
because Monty was all about Sanctity. Big. I mean, like he was your biggest fan.
Well, thank you, Monty.
He fucking loved you guys.
Yeah, but it was cool. Like we were just like, oh, this cool band. We passed it along, and then eventually it got picked up from dropping beers, and picked up from a Roadrunner, and then you also got like Justin, our manager, was managing them and stuff.
Yeah.
That's right.
And,
Just an archangel.
Yes, and
Yes.
it was really cool because
Is he still your manager?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Shout out to Justin. I like
what's up,
him.
Justin?
I always liked him.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool because like even we were like, at that time, like besides the people at Roadrunner, like no one knew who the hell we were.
Yeah.
But then they were like, oh, your suggestion, like we're gonna run with this and put money behind it and sign them and stuff, and it was really cool.
That's so crazy.
And
Where
then-
where was this at?
South Carolina.
The show was
Yeah.
at Ground Zero in
Yeah,
Spartanburg.
but you guys
South
were
Carolina.
from Asheville.
We were from Asheville.
So
yeah.
it's not like you guys traveled for this show.
Well, yeah, but only like it was like I don't know, a little over an hour. But we
Oh, really? Oh,
we
okay.
actually played Ground Zero a lot.
Okay.
That was where we mostly played. We did.
That
a
was
bunch
like where
of
you
open-
guys came up,
Yeah, yeah,
kind of
yeah.
got your scene
That was
going.
our most.
Because I
our
remember
played
that
at venue.
I remember that demo you gave me had like it was black and white with like a skull on it, and it had the song Seconds that ended up on Road to Bloodshed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Oh, did not, a bunch of the songs on the demo didn't end up on the album?
Well, it was only a few songs.
I think it was
right?
like maybe like
4 songs.
3 or 4 songs.
Yeah,
it
something
was like
like that.
Seconds, which I remember because when they did
Seconds
the
was on
record,
there.
I was like, oh yeah, I remember that song from the show. Because when they actually play that song live, that was what really was like, oh shit, like someone needs to know about this band. Like it was like a really catchy song because it just instantly, like if you go back and listen to that record, it's like it starts off with a hook, so you're just like, oh, you can't deny that.
Right on.
So that was pretty cool to be able to like even be unknown ourselves to actually.
And you guys are touring on Embers to Inferno,
Yeah, it was pretty much
or just
like,
doing like a set of dates or something, maybe.
Yeah, it was kind of like we were like just in preparation for Ascendancy, like because we didn't have like no one knew any of the songs from Ascendancy, but when we went on tour, we didn't play any songs from Embers to Inferno. We were
When
just
you
playing
guys
all
were
the
when
demo
you guys were
versions.
out with us, Was that before Ascendancy?
Yeah, we did that tour, and as soon as we finished that tour, we went straight into the studio to record Ascendancy.
Oh shit!
And when we did that tour with you guys, we weren't even playing not even one song from Ember to Inferno. We were like literally like did that tour playing.
Oh, to try out.
We were just playing the demo versions of the songs from Ascendancy live. Like we had like 3 different set lists that we rotated.
Oh no
to
shit!
Play all the songs. So we didn't play one song from Ember to Inferno till like after Ascendancy came out. Like we were just playing, because we'd play song like I remember on that tour, like we'd play like the original version of Pull Harder, and like someone from your crew was just like, that chorus sucks. You should change that. And then we'd.
I wonder who that was.
I know G Money fucking gave us a lot of shit on that one. Yeah,
yeah, right.
Yeah, so it was funny
I could see that
because we were just basically just like road testing or just like getting used to like the songs before we did the record, because we did it like
that's good, man. What a great fucking idea that is. I mean, to test your songs. Don't you wish you could do that now? Well, I always complain about that. Like we had there was so many fucking times when Machine Head was starting out, when we played songs, and I would look out in the audience to be like, we're fucking losing the audience, man. I need to change something, shorten it, tighten it, make a stronger chorus, whatever. And you were doing that.
Yeah, because we did that tour. I remember it started in Cleveland.
Right.
And then the last
show. This is the Road Rage 2004.
Oh, yeah. And then the last show was in Anaheim
Jared.
Was at the Anaheim House of Blues when it was on the Disney property.
Right. Machine Head, Chimera,
and us. And it was supposed to be 3 Inches of Blood, but
that's right.
They actually lost like 2 members right before the tour, so they had to drop.
Yeah, I think
off.
they lost like their high singer or something, right?
I think they lost like maybe like 2 guitar players or something.
Oh, okay.
But I remember we finished the show because it was the last thing of the tour, and like you guys all dressed up. You had like the fucking nipple tape.
That's right. I dressed up as Rufus.
Yeah,
I dressed up as Rufus.
Yeah, and I remember all that stuff, and we had to, like, Matt and Travis they flew them from Anaheim back to Orlando to start pre-pro with Sukoff.
Oh shit!
So
wow,
Paulo
that's really quick. That's right into it.
Yeah, so they went right back, and then Paulo and I had to drive the fucking van from Anaheim to Orlando, and our van, because we had so much heavy gear in our trailer, we couldn't hit more than 45 miles an hour, and if we were going uphill, it would like just like people would just flick us off because they were just like, what are you doing?
Right.
I'm just like,
20 miles an hour.
I'm like, sorry.
Oh, okay.
And you guys were finishing the tour, so you gave us like a bunch of your rider stuff.
We did. We gave you. We did that regularly.
So we had like a bunch, like in the back of our van had like a
how many bottles of vodka?
No, there's a lot of like Sam Adams beer and then like milk. And then
we didn't give you any vodka.
No, and it went bad.
No, and we probably drank. Yeah, we probably drank all the vodka on that last night. We got hammered
because we were driving back and we're like, man, what smells? And we opened up the cooler and it was like rotten milk just coming out of it. And all the Sam Adams bottles like were sitting in water for so long, all the labels like fell off and everything.
You guys were young too, right? I mean, weren't you guys like 19? You were all like 18, 19 at that point.
Yeah, because around that time, like there were some places where like we got kicked out.
Right.
After we played, because they're like, you're not old enough to be in this club.
I remember that, man.
And that was after that tour. Like, luckily, those venues were like cool with it.
Yeah. You know? I mean, how crazy.
But it took us like to get from Anaheim back to Orlando. It took us like about like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
And Matt and Travis were just like, they got to fly back, started pre-pro. Like, we got there. We're like, oh, cool. Now we got to start the album. Like, cool. Like, you know, but it was fun because like we got to play the songs and like thinking back on how a lot of the songs that are on that.
Were you changing songs live, like based on reaction from opening, you know, for the Machine Head audience? Like you're playing these songs. Did you change anything like in the moment or try things? I mean, obviously, one of my crew members said that, but
no, we actually had I remember having like a notebook that, because we had like, obviously like back then you didn't have like iPhones or GPS.
Right.
So you just like MapQuest all your directions, you know?
Right. And then printed it out.
God, so you just have like this like school folder of just all your like show to show directions. But we also made like these are all the new songs we've written that are potentially going to be on the next record. So we actually we're playing like maybe like 30 minutes on that tour.
Yep.
And we had like, I'm trying to remember how many songs, like maybe like 13, 14 songs that we were like working on to go towards that record. So we kind of broke it up to like 3 different set lists of like 6 songs or 5 or 6 songs. And we just like made like 1, 2, 3. And then like every show would be like, we'll do this set. And then next show would be this one, this one.
That's a good idea.
And then come back. And we played this.
Really good
I've been
idea.
saying that forever. I'm like, dude, we need to do like the rotate because we have so many songs.
Yeah.
Rotate few, have like 3 set lists, have all the bangers that we have to do, and then all the the wild cards.
Well, we kind of did that a couple years ago where we kind of had like the main set list of like 16, 17 songs of like you have like the spots where like these are always going to be there.
Yeah.
But then you'd have like the kind of like deeper cuts. Mm-hmm. We'd be like, all right, well, we can
wild card,
and then we'd be like this song or that song, and then be like, all right, tonight we'll do this song in this place, but always keep like the ones that like
the hits,
the ones
Trivium
that,
hits,
the hits.
It's like you have like some songs people want to hear, like surprise them with like, oh, not expecting that one, but then you can rotate that.
What's
one
your biggest hit now?
I guess if you go with Spotify, it's Until the World Goes Cold and
a good song.
Heart from Your Hate are the biggest ones, and Strife, and
Right.
then a lot of the newer songs like Sin of the Sentence is up there, Beyond Oblivion.
What's the biggest live song now?
It's probably across the board. It's Till the World Goes Cold and Heart from Your Hate. Probably.
Okay.
As far as
is
like
Pull
playing, like-
Harder still a rager? Because that was always a rager live.
it's always a rager, but it's funny because like that song's kind of been around for so long, and we've had like newer songs that have done really well and reach like a different audience.
Yeah.
That like we play Pull Harder and just like In Waves like gets a bigger reaction.
Right.
Pull Harder.
Yeah. In way, I mean, that's got to be like your biggest heavy song, right?
It's
what he's saying is you were supposed to say "In Waves" was your biggest hit.
Yes.
That's what we wanted. We see the live videos, when the people are crouching down and fucking they just busting up.
Yeah, it's like we just did like the last time we did like the European festival circuit and stuff. It was like Till the World Goes Cold gets usually the biggest sing along.
Yeah.
Heart from Your Hate's like the big jump song.
That's a rocker.
And then In Waves is like the fucking just everyone just goes mad. And then depending on where you go, certain records, did better in certain territories than others. So you kind of like especially like you go to the UK, like Ascendancy was like a big thing when it came out. So
massive.
Like those songs always like resonate with fans there really well. But also like the new stuff has been like, after so many records and you're just like, oh wow, people really want to hear the new stuff. You don't kind of think about that.
Isn't that a good feeling?
Yeah, it's awesome. Like when we put out the Sin of the Sentence, it was just like, oh yeah, we have a really cool record. We feel really strong about it. We think, fans are going to be really digging it. And we started the tour here in 2017. And we're
here, by the way, we're backstage at the House of Blues.
Yeah.
Orlando.
Yeah.
Orlando. After being Machine has been banned for 13 years. Now we're here. We just had a great show. Corey's hanging backstage, drinking, chilling on the podcast, which is awesome.
And we did the first show here.
Yeah, your Florida as fuck. Talk about tell your Florida as fuck story.
Yeah, so we kicked off the Sin of the Sentence tour here in October 2017, and we were really, we were making the record. We're like, I think we have, something cool going on. I think people are really going to dig this. We're really feeling the vibe. It just had a really good energy to it, and we're like, kind of like being conservative, like going out on the tour and be like, we'll play the record. I think it came out the Friday before. Like we played the Friday after the record came out. So we're like, oh, it's still new, so we'll just play the 3 songs that we pre-released before the record. And then as soon as we went on tour, people were like, how come you're not playing more songs? We're like, oh shit, like people are, really wanting to hear more songs from the record, which we thought we were like, 3 songs. It's like a good way to start. But like there was like other songs from the record people were really dying to hear. And then eventually like later in the cycle, we were playing like half the record live and people were just like flipping out.
That's awesome.
But we started off here in Orlando, and you know as much as anybody about the politics of
the House of Blues.
But we had our
we were banned for 13 years. Yes, we know.
I think
we couldn't sell our "Fuck It All" T-shirt tonight. We couldn't sell like 3 shirts tonight.
Yeah,
because they said you're in the House of Mouse.
Yes.
Yeah, we were actually banned from here for like 3 years.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you guys were banned.
Yeah, because during Shogun we got banned because we had the "Take Your Fucking Head" shirt, and they were just like, "You can't play here." And then sometime during, I think in Waves,
That is the weirdest thing. Like
something about the merch about being down in like the family Disney area. They don't want that weird stuff. But yeah, when we played here for the show, and then we were like, man, we came up, we had this awesome artist from the UK.
Did you guys know that you were gonna like? You must have remembered that your fucking take their fucking head shirt.
When we got fucking approved to play here again, we like literally just didn't think much about it because we came up with this.
I mean, you were selling the shirt on the whole tour, right?
No,
Or
Everywhere,
just for the
everywhere but Florida. like there's more Florida's fuck shirts outside of Florida than here, and because we came up with the idea for the shirt from like because all the Florida man like shit you see on Twitter of like they're like, oh yeah man, guy fucks an alligator or some shit, or like all this like weird shit that happens in Florida, and we're just like, man, we should make a shirt like that just like has the state and just like documents like all the weird crazy shit. People are like, man, Florida's fucking crazy.
It is.
And
did some guy really fuck an alligator?
I don't know, probably.
Wouldn't be surprised.
But I guess if you can see the shirt, you can get all the details. But
it's a great shirt.
But
neon green.
But
and
we had this artist that Matt's wife Ashley found on Instagram, and she hit her up, like really liked her artwork, and she ended up like being a huge Trivium fan.
Oh, badass.
So we're like, oh, fuck yeah. And then she was like, I'd love to do a shirt. And we gave her the idea, and she fucking made that shirt, and it was awesome. And we were like all stoked, like, yeah, man, this shirt's going to fucking crush.
In Florida, especially.
In the Orlando show.
And it's the only Florida show, by the way. You said.
Yeah, it was the only show we were playing in Florida, kicking off the tour, and they're like, you can't sell that. I was like, we're going to sell a Florida's fuck
You're
shirt.
in the house of mouse.
We're going to sell them all in Atlanta. I guess.
Like, thanks.
But luckily, it ended up surprisingly like sold out like in all the other states.
I mean, you guys kind of made it. You guys played it up too, which was a great thing. You know, it was just like, and then we couldn't sell it at the, you know,
and then
made everybody want it. I saw it. I was just like, oh my god, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. And it sucked because like we like, you know, the show was like the kickoff of the tour. Merch was like through the roof. It was going great. And I'm like, man, it's like if we could have sold that shirt, it would have been bonkers. And because like we like the first show of the tour, we did so much merch that our merch company was like behind for like 3 weeks of the tour.
Oh shit!
Because we did more merch in the first show that they thought we were going to do in like the first like 2 weeks of the tour, and we didn't even have the Florida shirt.
Nice.
So I was just like, damn, that sucks. But it also created demand. Like all the people in Florida were like, you got to bring that shirt back for like another show. Yeah. And it was a bummer.
Was the next show not at the House of Blues?
No, we did Orlando to start the tour, and then the next show is in Atlanta.
No, but was the next Florida show someplace else?
Oh, the next tour we did like a year later was in Tampa.
Yeah.
And I can't remember.
Did you sell Florida as fuck there?
I don't recall. I don't know if we reprinted it because we only had the one show.
Right.
But I know we sold it online for a little while, like whatever was the leftover stock or whatever they had. So it did well, and then we also continued that theme and did like a Texas as fuck shirt on tour.
That's genius.
And we've been like kind of had like if we have like a certain area, besides Florida because we only did the one show, but like Texas at the time we had like it was like a summer tour. We only were on like tour for like it was like doing like some of the when it was like summer like the Wimmer or I don't know if it was Wimmer festivals, but we did like 2 festivals in like Wisconsin and stuff, and then just to like you know route the tour to get home, like we ended up having like 5 shows like from like El Paso all the way through Texas. Ooh. So it was like brutally hot like every show, and like Dallas, Houston, El Paso, Austin. I think the AC broke in the place. It was like 115 degrees on stage.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Nice. I love that.
That's a little too hot.
No.
Yeah. That's a little.
It might be a little too hot.
But we were like, yeah, we have like you know most of the tours in Texas, so we're like we had the same person. We're like, dude, let's do a Texas fuck shirt.
Let me play this song for you. I think this is my favorite Trivium song off of The Sin and the Sentence right here. Hopefully this isn't gonna blast out like a motherfucker, but this right here.
Oh, it's my song.
Ooh, this is a banger right here. Fucking riff is sick. That riff is fucking nasty.
That riff's like really old too.
It's old from what, like a previous album or something?
I think of the opening riff is the only thing that was that's basically what, like, I had like the rest of the song written, and I remember just like fucking around with it, and I was just like, man, it's like there's just something missing, and I just like was messing around, you know, jamming with like drum loops and stuff, and I came across, I think I wrote that riff for In Waves like in 2010, but we kind of made like we're not using 7 strings on this record, so anything I wrote on a 7 string, I was just like, oh, we're not going to use it. But I remember writing that riff really long time ago, and then working on the song, and I had a riff to start the song, and it went into like all the same, most of the same parts until we wrote it as a band. But like, I ended up like, it was like, man, I was like, I need something that's gonna be like the, you know, that riff that just kind of like makes the song like fuck yeah. And I just kind of like remembered that riff and just inserted it into like this arty song I thought was pretty cool. And then everyone else heard it and they were like, yeah, we gotta fucking rock this shit.
Killer.
Yeah, so it was like, I'm like probably like the guy in the band that has the memory of like remembering shit from like 10 years ago, like one riff, and be like, dude, we got to use that riff memory. Oh my god.
What's the song? What's the Jared song? The Sanctity song that you were talking about? I want to play that.
Well,
Sanctity.
Well, the song that like when I saw them live that like stuck out was that song Seconds.
Okay.
Because I don't think any of the other songs really on Road to Bloodshed were on that
there's
demo.
another record. You guys have another record called In the Name of Mother?
No.
What's that?
I don't know.
That's not you guys?
That's not us.
Oh my god, really?
I think
It's
I
all
remember-
like in your thing. It's in your Spotify.
Well, the early stuff
Discography.
It was
That's
like
weird.
the early stuff was like Seconds, Zeppo, Billy Seals.
Billy Seals.
But my favorite Sanctity song is the title track, Road to Bloodshed.
Bloodshed.
Like that fucking like, and that opening riff is like the jam.
That was the Zeph riff.
And I was always telling Roadrunner, I was like, dude, Road to Bloodshed, that needs to be the fucking single. Like that song was just like catchy as fuck.
It was a fun song.
And like I still remember like that whole song like till this day.
Beneath the Machine though was the
Yeah.
That
big
was
push, right?
it. But the one that Corey likes is called Seconds.
All right, let's hear Seconds.
I hear that one.
Let's play
Road to
Seconds.
Bloodshed was probably my favorite.
Little deep cut.
But it starts off with a hook. You're like fucking right there. And the guitar tone on this record fucking rules.
This is Jason Sukoff, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Sukoff and Mark Lewis.
Yep.
Oh wow, a combo.
you got the
That's
double-
right. They were kind of a combination back in the day,
Yeah, it
right?
was like the early days. Like they had done. Mark and Jason did the Crusade, and then right after that, I think it was like the Sanctity record.
Ooh. Nice.
I also
Nice.
love on this record like the Halford stuff,
Oh yeah.
like you do in the background.
Jason was like, "Holy shit, you can do all that?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess, just not all at once."
Did anybody else sing in the band, or was it all you?
No, it was just me. Yeah. All the vocals was me.
Actually, another fun story about how far we go back was we just got done touring like somewhere in like Virginia or something around Christmas time, and I had family that actually lived in Nashville. Like my uncle worked at the Asheville, like he ran the Asheville airport, and my parents came down. It was like my dad's sister lived in Nashville, and I took a Greyhound bus from the end of our tour to Asheville, and then your bass player at the time picked me up and brought me
That's right.
to my
Billy.
yeah,
Yeah,
brought
that's
me
right.
to my uncle's house, and then we went and hung out at some bars and shit, like during Christmas.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Like it must have been like fucking like 04.
Oh my god,
That's rad.
Well, because we made our record in 06, so yeah, 04, 05 maybe.
That's a long time, man.
Yeah, it's a long.
I didn't realize you guys went
a
back
while.
that far.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you're playing shows back in 04 with Fear Factory.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, we had played Ground Zero.
No, actually, I think
a
it
bunch.
was actually because we did the Fear Factory thing in had to been maybe the summer, because then we also did another quick. We were like the kings of since we had no record out. We were like doing like these like quick like 2-week runs, because I think it was around the time, because I remember we did a 2-week run opening for El Nino, and during that around that tour is when the news of Dimebag
Oh yeah,
happening.
yeah.
And that was like in December. And that was when I went from the last show of the tour to North Carolina. Because we actually, before that tour started, was when we were actually at Matt's house after rehearsals one day, and we got the news that we actually prepared a Pantera cover for that like 2-week run. And then, so that was like right before Christmas. And then that's when your boys picked me up at the Greyhound station like a bum.
And you and Jared hung out and drank a bunch of beers.
We
And
went
the
to there was-
thousands of craft breweries that are in Asheville.
Yeah. Well, there weren't as many then, but there were still quite a good handful. Like even just downtown. Like it's
Yeah, because actually, didn't I at that time? Actually, like someone came and picked me up and went to your rehearsal spot when you guys were jamming.
When we were jamming in the storage unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys actually
Yeah.
came and picked me up at my aunt's house in
I
Asheville.
think Billy came and picked you up, and then
Because I remember I went down to watch you guys jam, and you're like, "Dude, you should play with us." And I was like, "No, you guys just play. I'll just hang here and watch."
You're like, why do I want to play with you?
we
Just a jam, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just jam something.
I was like, "I don't know what you guys are playing."
No,
Like,
probably because it was cold, and I was like, I don't want to play guitar anymore. My hands hurt.
In an were you in an unheated storage unit?
I mean, we tried to run a heater every now and then. Didn't always work, but yeah. We had a storage unit with the fucking the outlet was the light bulb, because we got the outlet converter with the plugs on it so that we could run a couple.
Oh,
of power
nice.
cords, and we would pop the power like once every other month.
Right.
Yeah, there was a few bands that practiced down there. Like it was like all the Asheville bands were there. There was like the funk band, just like literally on the backside of us was like the 3-piece horn funk band.
Yeah,
and,
killer.
the punk rock bands, and then we would all play shows together.
Yeah.
And just
I mean, it was
everybody
such a.
would
I
come.
mean, I can't imagine there was even a scene to speak of. You're in Asheville, North Carolina.
Yeah, no one knows Jared is
I mean, the fact that,
famous Asheville horn player.
I mean, dude, the fact that
played in
when
the
you guys
Kilt?
got signed to Roadrunner, that must have been a fucking big deal, because
was a
it's
big
like,
deal.
I mean, like, who the fuck
Yeah,
gets
of
signed
course.
out of Asheville?
Of
Nobody.
course, yeah. I mean,
That's still one of my favorite debut records from Roadrunner.
yeah, that was a fun record.
That record just
It's a fun record. One and done. Boom.
Sanctity.
Sanctity.
yeah. But listening to it, like, because we also like after you guys put that record out, we did like Europe together. You guys came out.
Yeah, and that Europe
And-
tour, it was interesting because the Europe tour, the record hadn't come out yet, and we were going to release.
Ascendancy was out.
Yeah, we were
Yes.
actually. This was
you were headlining
Crusade.
Oh,
Yeah,
Crusade.
exactly.
Okay.
So it was like
Crusade.
2006 or 7,
Yeah,
and because it was
2007. Spring.
like in the UK, like we started the tour there. It was like us, and then we had Annihilator,
Mm-hmm.
Gojira, and you guys.
Mhm.
on the
Holy
tour.
moly.
And then the mainland Europe was just you guys, Annihilator, and us.
Yeah.
And I think your record came out like during that tour.
Yeah, it came out like a few days into the tour, and the thought was we weren't sure what to do because the record was going to come out, but we weren't going to tour the States in support of the record, but we were in Europe. And we were like, the opportunity came with these guys, and it was just like, fuck, we have to go.
Fuck
we
yeah.
have to go to Europe.
Huge.
They're heading on tour. I was like, fuck it, let's go. So we did it, and it was amazing. It was our first time in Europe, and it was just the best time. And it was spring, and it was
You didn't have to
beautiful.
drive, probably.
I didn't have to fucking drive.
You had to drive on the machine.
we-
When you were out with us on Black Tyranny, you had to drive.
Yeah, well, yeah, we did. Once the tour started, we had to drive. Yeah,
Yeah. So that must have
Yeah,
been
for sure.
like luxury, right? You're
Yeah.
like, oh my
I mean,
God,
well,
let's drink
we,
beer every night.
we had a little like converted box truck that had been built out.
Is
with
that
some
Martin,
bumps
the
and
Martin
stuff.
Lamb
Uh,
box truck?
Yeah. Oh, our driver. Oh God, what was our driver's name? Brian. Our driver Brian, who was great.
Because it was actually it reminded me of that tour tonight when he mentioned that guy who had the kilt on.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we actually played in Glasgow, the Academy.
I got in trouble.
You got in trouble because you wore
a kilt.
I wore
you wore
kilt.
a kilt and didn't wear anything under it. And like,
Yes, that's the way you're supposed to do it.
You flash your dick to the crowd, and everyone got pissed. The venue got pissed.
You flashed your dick?
No, it wasn't the venue. Okay, so I brought a kilt, but apparently I was told it was the wrong color. I couldn't wear it because it was green, and it was the rival football team. You can't wear that. So the venue guy, at the time was like, oh, he's like, I'll just go rent you one. I was like, oh, all right, cool. So he got me a kilt, and obviously true style, no undies.
Yes.
Okay.
Free balling.
Seriously, there was this whole handful of peeps on this one side, and they literally were like, flash us. So it was like, quick little hurrah. And apparently there was a young lady at the show who
did not want to be flashed.
No, who saw that, and it somehow made it back to her mother, and her mother wrote a very
Her
mother wrote a very strongly worded letter. Mother wrote a very strongly worded letter. I think to our management or Roadrunner or something like that.
I think that's why I heard it, because it probably got back
maybe
to Justin.
Yeah.
Because he was like, dude, what's going on the tour? And I was just like, I don't know. I didn't see it.
Jared's flashing his cock out.
I was like, this is the new part of the show. Like, but
the girl's probably telling her mother, like, oh my God, it was such a great show. He flashed his dick out of the kilt. And she was like, you can't be doing that. No.
Strongly worded letter is what I heard.
But yeah, that actually.
You never saw the letter.
I never saw the letter.
It probably was back then. It probably was actually handwritten.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, like tonight, that was like one thing that was just brought back memories. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like Jared in the kilt. I remember that.
Have you ever flashed your penis to the crowd?
No.
I've
never worn anything.
Never worn a kilt?
No.
Free balling in a kilt?
No.
Why? Yeah. It's great. Oh my God.
I don't know.
Awesome.
It's pretty fun.
It's the best.
Fun. I mean, you kind of have to, especially when they do the Scottish Games in the middle of the fucking summer. What? You have to go without underwear.
Yeah, and you have to go without underwear either way.
Even when it's cold.
It's like the dude today. I asked him at the VIP. He was in the VIP wearing a camouflage kilt, which is awesome, by the way.
Did he actually take his underwear off?
And I was like, are you wearing underwear right now? And he was just like, yeah. And I was like, dude, that ain't the fucking real deal. You got to take the underwear.
Oh,
he's like, I'm like, take it off for the pit. And he's like, okay, I'll take it off. So I asked him tonight, I was like, did you take yours? He's like, I did.
After the fact.
Yes.
Well, I guess sitting down on the couch and being next to your stage socks is not the worst thing I could have sat down next to. Could have been like some dude's like sweaty underwear from
it could have
kilt.
It could have been so much worse.
Being in the pit, fucking running around like.
I know. Can you imagine the fucking Jesus? It must have been. He was raging in the pit too. He was a beast.
He was raging.
He killed it for 3 hours. It must have been a sweaty, bally mess down there.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty comfy. Just saying.
His lady friend might have liked it. It inspired me. I wanted to get a camouflage kilt. I was like, that's pretty tough.
I know where you can get one. I can hook you up.
Do you?
I know that.
I was gonna ask him. I was like, I'm not
kidding?
gonna ask him like from the stage. Like, oh, go to.
Well, do that one show in Scotland where you did freeball the kilt. Like you did play really well. You felt really free.
Yeah, I felt free.
It is kind of free.
It was my first time in Scotland. I was like, this is amazing.
You were screaming your balls off.
Yeah, screaming my balls off.
I mean, that must have been kind of dream come true shit.
Oh, totally.
I mean, that must have been like a really amazing thing, to
absolutely.
go out with Trivium, who's like massive at this point.
Yeah, and it was just super fun, and we got to know the Gojira guys really well, and it was just that whole tour was just super fun. I mean, so much that it's just like a blur.
Right.
First time in Europe in spring, and it was just beautiful, and the shows were fucking raging. And although we one thing I do remember from that tour, as I said, we were driving in like a converted box truck. Well, somehow somewhere in Germany.
Oh, you guys broke down.
No, we didn't break down. We ended up on the wrong way on a one-way street and came through an intersection and collided with another vehicle.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, he ran into the side of us and like sent us like.
Oh yeah. Because that was the time like we came and picked you guys up, and you guys we like
converted
you
were just driving by. It had just happened, and they were driving by. We were like, hey, like hold on a minute.
So we had the double decker bus, and we converted the top lounge and put like a bunch of mattresses, so like all these guys.
Yeah,
we could have a place to sleep to get to the next show.
Oh shit! Wow, that's fucking really nice of you guys.
So it was like late, like early morning or something like that,
it was
and it was
after
like
the show,
and it was like, oh man, it's like these guys are gonna make the show. So we like stopped, and they just loaded onto our bus and just like slept like in all the lounges, and we're like, oh, we'll just like put like all these like pillows and mattresses and stuff, and like literally just had like a heavy metal sleepover party for like the night. And they were able to
like a week, I think, maybe.
Oh, for a week you guys were on with them?
Like
oh, wow. I thought you meant just for a night. Wow, that's a long time.
I had to get the truck away and then like get it fixed.
Didn't you guys like unload like your gear and like put it in like our bay or something?
Is that when or did we end up sharing gear with Gojira?
You might have shared, but I remember like
no, that was the other
when
tour
we picked you up, because we were just like all hanging out in like the top lounge, like all you guys were like hanging out. We're just like, hey man, we'll have a fucking.
So it was just Trivium and Sanctity,
or
was it everybody on the tour?
No, it was like we had our own bus, and when their incident happened, we were just like, kind of like the Dumb and Dumber. It's like pick them up, and we just saw them like they were like broken down and like had the accident and stuff. Like we actually like pulled up and we're just like, oh shit, is that like it was like literally like I think right after the gig. So we were pulling out, like we're all awake and just like paying attention and like looking out the window, and we're like, oh shit, that's Sanctity's, box truck,
whatever,
whatever it is, in the middle of the road, like with a, smash into a car. So we pulled over and stopped to see, make sure everyone was okay. And they're like, yeah, our ride's fucked up. And we're just like, and I think was it in the UK?
I thought it was in Germany.
Or it was. I know there.
Maybe it was UK. Oh no, it wasn't. It was in the UK.
I know the drive. It was like it wasn't that far of a drive. So we're just like, dude, like just
Yeah. That's right. It was in UK. It was not Germany.
Just jump on the bus, and ride with us. We'll get you to the next show, and then we'll figure it out later. Like at least get you to the show.
Super nice.
So
that is really nice of you guys. That's fucking awesome.
It's a fucking Dumb and Dumber fucking dog van.
Speaking of Dumb and Dumber, because that's your second time now referring to Dumb and Dumber to Dumb and Dumber. You were just showing me pictures of your house. You've got Jim Carrey posters throughout your entire house.
Yes,
that's fucking rad. Like Dumb and Dumber. You got Liar Liar. You've got Ace Ventura.
I got
Me, Myself, and Irene. Ace Ventura 2, The Mask, Liar Liar. That's just in my like living room kitchen, and then upstairs I have another Dumb and Dumber 2, and also I still haven't seen that. I've heard nothing but horrendous, feedback about that.
It's got some moments, but it's obviously not as good as the original. But there's like some moments where you're like, all right, that's funny.
Okay.
And also, That's My Boy, the Adam Sandler movie.
Jim Carrey?
No. There's just another comedy. It's just like a comedy thing, but That's My Boy. I fucking love that movie, so I bought that. And then in my bedroom, I have another Dumb and Dumber poster from the release that's different from the DVD cover, and also Tommy Boy. So when I wake up, I just see fucking Chris Farley just like just like on my wall. I'm just like, can't wake up being pissed at that.
Like I'm in a good mood instantly.
Oh, yeah. It's like you just wake up, just see
like. Chris? Do you think that's what it is though? Like, did you put that in your house to kind of just like it's funny. Like you're sometimes being in a band can be stressful. Like you walk home and it's like
it's like you have some people that are like super into like horror movies. Yes. And like Kurt Hammett's like all like got all the horror movie stuff.
Yeah, 30s and 40s.
Yeah. And I just always like, I never was into like obviously I've seen a lot of stuff, but like my whole jam, like when I'm at home and I'm doing stuff, or if I'm just scrolling through like the guide on my TV and I see Ace Ventura come on, I've seen it a million times and I'm like,
always put it on.
I'm going to that, or Dumb and Dumber. It's just like, I can watch those movies because I remember like being a kid and my older cousins when Ace Ventura came out and I was like 11, and they were like, dude, we got this movie on VHS, we rented it, just came out, and I was just like, had no fucking idea what the hell was going on. But years later watching it, I was just like, this is fucking brilliant. It's just
fucking
like,
brilliant.
It's just like, for some reason, like, being in a metal band, it's like a lot of people like metal, they're like all into horror and like the darker stuff. But like I've always been super into really fucked up comedy, like just stuff that really kind of maybe not the. I'm trying to think of the like just the stuff that kind of like most people just like That's offensive. I'm just like, that's fucking hilarious. Like those are
The
my
Ace Venturas are fucking genius.
Yeah,
I mean, they've really stood the test of time.
like the Ace Ventura,
really
Dumb
well.
and Dumber, like all the Jim Carrey stuff, and then even like a lot of times when I'm off tour or even on tour and I'm just like trying to like kill time, like I watch a lot of like the Netflix stand up stuff.
Yeah.
And I like
So you're a big comedy fan.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I like a lot of like Bill Burr, Jim Jeffries.
That Bill Burr
Bill's
special
great.
is so fucking
I love
funny.
Bill Burr.
Like I like the guys that just rant like they're pissed off at everything and
Yes.
just shit
Fucking
on everyone.
I'm gonna go watch that now. I'm gonna watch that.
Like
That
all
Bill
the-
Burr
all-
one's great.
all the Bill Burr
the Chappelle,
stuff.
all the new Chappelles are fucking
The Chappelle
incredible.
stuff, like I like stuff that kind of pushes the edge and just kind of like is like pisses people off because I think it's even funnier because it's like so many people are just like walking on eggshells. So like Bill Burr, Jim Jeffries, Anthony Jeselnik gets pretty fucking wild.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Segura, I like his stuff.
Yeah, Tom Segura's
Bert Kreischer. Yeah, it's like I don't like like the kind of like lukewarm.
Do you ever go to comedy shows?
I wish.
I mean, here
I did for
at
my
home.
birthday. I went and saw Chad Daniels for my birthday. It
Yeah.
was a surprise. It was awesome.
Yeah.
it
Like
was great. I loved it.
There's been a couple like
I love going to
I-
comedy
I-
shows.
I think,
I love going to comedy shows.
it always happens. Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, who else? Bill Burr, and I think Dave Chappelle. They all came to Orlando like either the day after I left for tour or they played the day before I got back from tour.
Oh.
So I missed a bunch of them, but Matt, lucky son of a bitch, he actually got like for one of his birthdays, like
Shout out to Matt. It's his
Yeah.
birthday today, right?
Yeah, it's
So
his
happy
birthday,
Matt
Matt.
Heavey's birthday.
And
Shout out to Matt.
And in the past years, like for his birthday present, his wife got him. They went out and saw Dave Chappelle.
Oh, dang, that's awesome.
Even before like the Netflix stuff, it was like
Yes.
he just started doing like tours again, and they played downtown
after the break.
Yeah, so he did downtown Orlando at this amazing Dr. Phillips Center that's like brand new. It's amazing, and he also saw Jerry Seinfeld when he started doing stand up again.
That'd be killer. I'd love to see Seinfeld.
And then any other time, like I wanted to see like the offensive, like fucking potty mouth comedians. We're like, oh shit, he plays on the 25th. Tour starts the 24th. Like, damn it.
Shit.
Yeah, and also like I think someone gave me for like my birthday like a year or two ago like tickets to like the Impractical Jokers.
What's that?
It's these bunch of dudes have a TV show, but they it's like they have like this stand up kind of thing. It's like these four dudes like friends since they were kids. But their TV show, Practical Jokers, they like go around like in New York and all these different places and like pull pranks on people.
Okay.
I've seen
And it's
that.
like a game show where they're
it's
like,
like they're like in teams.
Okay.
or like they do a thing where it's like you have like someone talking in your ear and like you have to do this, and if you don't do it, you lose the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So like they like try to get them to like they're like, oh, I'm not gonna say that to somebody, like, and then they're just like, I'm just gonna take the loss. But they do like this like stand up comedy routine, and I got tickets to that, but I was like, oh, I'm on tour, can't go to that either. So I haven't really had seeing it live, like so like I'm basically just like living my comedy fetish through Netflix.
Through Netflix.
Yeah.
As we all are. Yeah.
But I watched like all my Netflix stuff. It's like basically it's like watch again. It's just like all the comedy stand-ups, because I'll just like if I'm just like sitting around doing nothing, or I just want to have something like on the TV, just kind of like background noise, I just always go to something I know. So like all those Chappelle or Tom Segura, Bill Burr, like I've watched those things a million times just because I'll just put them on and just like won't even be watching the TV. I'll just like have my back like at my computer like playing guitar, and it's like, oh fuck yeah, that's fucking hilarious. Like I just hear it, and like it's just amazing. It's like comedy, just like I just it's fucking awesome. Like if a comedy comes out that people are like, dude, this is fucking the best funny movie in years, like I have to see it. Like I saw the Dumb and Dumber 2 like the first day it came out. I went at like noon. Nice. and I was so pissed because there was like a little kid sitting like in the same row, like down the like couple seats down from me. I'm like, dude, we're in a theater at noon. There's like fucking 5 people. Why are you sitting like right next to me? And he wouldn't shut the fuck up. And I'm just like, dude, I'm like, I want to strangle this kid. Like he's ruining the movie for me. So I actually had to buy it on DVD when it came out. and rewatch it and actually get like a fresh perspective, because that kid ruined that movie. Like I could not watch it.
Why are you even here?
I know, like
I'm like, it's noon on.
I know I know, like you can watch it at your house and it's just so much nicer.
I'm
right?
just
Like
like,
sometimes a movie's a pain in the fucking ass.
Yeah, I'm just like, dude, this kid's like fucking 12 years old, and it's like fucking 12 o'clock on a Thursday. Like, what the hell are you doing?
Why aren't you in school?
Yeah, and then
fucker.
it's like stuff like that, or like I fucking thought like Sausage Party was fucking hilarious.
Oh my god, that was amazing. I loved that.
Like I was loving that, and then I watched it on a plane, so I got to rewatch it again to see if like how much I really think it's funny. But that like the Seth Rogen movie he did recently, that Good Boys.
Is that the one where
it's like a bunch of like
the girl's the president and he's like teaching her? That was actually funny too. That was really good.
This one was like, it's like a bunch of like fourth graders or something. It's kind of like a what is the movie? What's that fucking movie? But it's like basically like these three like young kids going through this whole thing, kind of like what's that movie he did with he was the cop, and it was like
Superbad.
Superbad, yeah. So it was like that, but it was like kids that were like 12 years old or something, like sixth grade. They're like, oh, going to their first boy-girl party.
Okay.
But then the humor gets really fucking like
raunchy.
Beyond like what, you know, like these fucking like 12-year-old kids like partying on like a fucking their parents' sex swing, thinking it was like actually like a swing. They're like, what are you doing? Like all this crazy shit. But it was like, I watched it on a plane, like flying to Australia. So I have to watch it again to like kind of get like a better perspective of it. But like anything that's like supposed to be like funny, like I'm like,
you're all in.
I gotta see it.
You're all in.
Like the comedy stuff is like, there's like beyond like Nightmare on Elm Street and all that shit, like all the newer stuff where it gets fucking the crazy horror stuff, and everyone's like, this is the scariest movie I've ever seen. I'm just like, yeah, I'm fucking watching any of it. Like I don't watch any of it. Like I don't want to watch. Like I want to, like if I want to spend my time to watch something, I want to watch something that's like entertaining. Like I'd rather watch Die Hard for the 100th time than watching The Conjuring or some crazy fucked up horror movie.
All right, last question. Last question. Do you have no tattoos?
No.
No tattoos.
No, I'm one of
Good for you, Corey.
I'm one of the.
That is awesome.
I'm the.
Don't get any tattoos. You're like the only dude in a band that doesn't have tattoos, right?
I think so.
I mean, I can't think of any other
I'm the
famous band member in metal that's like just not gone and gotten something on their arm or their shoulder or whatever.
Yeah, I'm the way my parents made me.
That's fucking rad. Good for you.
And it was originally it was.
I was sitting here looking at your arms, going like, wow, he doesn't like have anything even on his shoulders.
No, it was originally
no face tats.
Well, it's yeah, I'm gonna get a teardrop or something after this.
No. You got to kill somebody first.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill someone on the way home. Not really, but
you can kill me.
It was like originally it was funny because like with our band, like with 4 people, it was always like usually like 2 and 2 because originally it was like obviously Travis back in the day, he was like the tattoo guy originally, and then Matt started getting all his arm tattoos and stuff and got like, you know, about
way into it.
Yeah, about like I think it was like maybe 07, 08.
Does Paulo got tattoos?
He does now.
Does he? Oh, okay.
But originally it was always kind of like 2 and 2. Like at one point it was like Matt and Travis had tattoos and Paulo and I didn't. And then it was like Matt and I had long hair, but Paulo and Travis didn't. So there was always like 2 doing one thing.
And then Paulo had long hair for a while.
And then Paulo had long hair, and then the fucking mustachio fucking.
That's right. That's like Black that's
Crusade.
The Paulo I remember. Like Black Crusade.
Black Crusade, like
long, big mustache.
Yeah, the fucking the total Italian, like he's gonna bake you make you a fucking lasagna or something. But yeah, it was like always like it seemed like it was always 2 and 2. Like there was always like half the band doing this, half the band doing that, and it's like now it's like Matt and I are like the tall guys, and then Paulo and Alex are like they're like shorter, like they're like
now
the same.
Everybody has short hair and tattoos, and you have long hair and no tattoos.
Yeah, I'm the exact opposite.
All right, I like
it. And someone actually on Twitter was funny. Was like Paulo, he likes to tweet a lot, and he does a lot of really funny tweets. And he actually did a tweet about, I think it was like something about, it was like the Aerosmith drummer issue that recently came up, and he was just like, yeah, a lot of these old bands like to sue each other, and it just made like a joke about it. And then someone was just like, well, it's like, can't wait for the time where the band sues me for, you know, keeping all the hair or whatever. It was something along those lines. And I was like, dude, it was like, I sued the band years ago to be the only one to have long hair. That's why everyone had to shave it off. So now I'm like the only guy with like long hair, but everyone's got tattoos and all that shit. But
right on. Well, don't. You know what? I love that you don't have tattoos.
Yeah,
That's
it's never
fucking
been an interest. So it's like, you know.
Well, Corey, thank you for coming on, man. Thanks for being on No Fucking Regrets. Love it.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging at the show.
Got to chat with old fucking Jared.
I know. I love that you guys got to catch up on the podcast. That was awesome.
Yeah, I would say, if we had a show tomorrow, we'd be raging right now.
Yeah, lots of it's cool because like coming out, it was like a lot of memories that like I never I guess thought about too much. And then it's like in the moment you're just like, oh shit. You're like all these like fucking stories from even like texted with you like a little while back before the show, and you're like, oh, it'd be cool to have you on the podcast. And then I just started thinking of all these stories from like Black Crusade, Road Rage, Black Crusade Australia.
Yeah, I know. You know what's was funny? Somebody was just like, it was Matt's birthday, so I just said, hey, fucking happy birthday, Matt. I put up a picture on Instagram, and someone was like, oh my god, I can't believe that you like Trivium. I'm like, dude, we've done like 5 fucking tours with Trivium. Like,
well, dude, it's like,
how did that like get lost?
Well, it's like we did
into the scope of. Well, thanks for being on the show, man. I really do appreciate it. Love that you came and hung out all fucking night. Yeah, it's like it's almost 2 a.m. when we're doing this, which is fucking rad. No fucking regrets. With Robb Flynn.